All right. So, hello, it's Mr. E again, and today we are going to be talking about simply counting some rhythms. I use counting because there is a number system that goes with this that you might know if you're a band or if you have any other music experience. I'm going to teach a slightly different way today. We might flip between the two depending on what you guys like better, but I like this method a lot because it doesn't include numbers and it's a little bit more like reading instead of counting, which can get more confusing. This guy's going to get you a little bit quicker reading. So, first thing first, we're just going to start with three basic rhythms. So, first rhythm we're going to be using today, see if my handwriting gets any better, is let's see. This wants to cooperate today. Wonderful. Doesn't want to cooperate, it seems. Oh, I got a dot, it looked like. Okay, there we go. We'll cut through that a little bit. Okay. So, first one we're going to be talking about today is a quarter note. We talked about this note last time. We can have the stem going up or going down. Remember, the stem going up is on the right, stem going down is on the left. Let me add that name in there for a quick review for you guys. It's a quarter note. Also, please have the ability to take notes out with you guys while you do these. It will help you out, prepare you for the real world. You'll never stop taking notes. So, that's annoying but fun. So that's our quarter note. And that, and what we're going to call it today, or how we're going to count this, is, my pen does not want to work today. There's a lot of trying times right now, and especially for technology for some reason. That's my frustrated face. Oh, cool. I guess that comes right back. Cool. Brush tool. Ooh, does that think it rhyme? No. No. I would like to go back up, please. Thank you. There we are. Again. You probably want to see the frustration of that. We're going to say that as a ta. So every time you see a quarter note, you say ta. Quarter note, you say ta. Quarter note, you say ta. You can also say this is his nickname. So its real name's quarter note, full name, kind of like my name's Mr. Ellington. And the nickname for it is ta. We're going to move on to the next one. You probably remember them with one little flag. But these are 2/8 notes tied together. Show you what happens over here. We have 1/8 note. It's all by itself. We have 1/8 note. It's all by itself. They're like, hey, little eighth note, do you want to be friends? Yeah, I want to be friends. And then what they do, like you guys did in elementary school, is they decide to hold hands. And now they're happy eighth notes. So, again, eighth note. Let's see if my text tool decides to switch between quicker this time. Eighth notes. And that. Oh, look at this. It takes a long time switching between. Why are you so slow? Oh, there it is. Equals ta D. So again, full names eighth note, nicknames Toddy, or we say Toddy when we count this. Next set is R. This is driving me crazy, crazy, crazy. This is driving me crazy. Dun 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 dun. Mm. You were doing this last week, last week, last week. You were doing this last week. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Ooh, I got dots. Okay. Next one is going to be a set of 16th notes. And if you remember, the 16th notes have two flags, so they have two arms, and they're all holding hands together in a weird circle. But you're singing it on a 2D plane. If you don't get that, don't worry about it. So, these are 16th notes. I am going to write it this time because I cannot stand going between the text tool and the writing tool because it is slow. And that is going to be ta, ka, di, mi. Now you might see a pattern. So the first beat of these 16th notes is called ta. And when we sing only that first beat together, we simply get a quarter note. So ta. And you can see these two notes as ta and di. These as ta, ka, di, mi. And that works because we subdivide it. So if you have a pulse, we'll clap on a pulse. Now we're going to do 2 for each one of those. Now we're going to do 2 for each one of those. And that concept in music is called Oh. You don't like it when I set my pen down, do you? You want to be drawn or not drawn? So while I waited for this to start writing again, Oh, there we go. It decided to be a tool again all of a sudden. So, with that, the first pulse we did were all tas. The subdivision, or two within that, okay. That is our subdivision. So that's working perfectly fine. So it's definitely my tool. Oh, look at that. Maybe it's all me. So subdivision. Subdivision is when we start breaking things into, dividing things into two or three. So if you can think of a whole note, so we can think of a beat as a circle. So that's one ta. So that's ta, 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 ta. We break that in two. Just like division, we get Tadi, 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 Tadi. We break that into four. We get Takadimi, 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 Takadimi. Now you can divide this note any way you want to. So you get different things based if you break it into twos or threes or fives or sevens. It has to be a prime number because 2 and 2, you can just break something in half twice to get fourths. But we're just going to deal with these divisions right now. So as I said, thing you need to learn today is these are subdivisions of themselves. So the quarter note subdivided is a half note. The eighth note subdivided is a 16th note. And that when you see this, you say ta. When you see this, you say tadi. And when you see this, you say takadimi. Okay, that might have been a little too long, but I can always edit. So let's put this into practice. So we're going to go with our standard meter that we always see, or I at least tell you always see. And that's going to be 4/4. So there's 4 quarter notes per measure. And let's just count some quarter notes first. So that's 4 quarter notes. That completes the measure. And when we read this as ta, 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 ta. Let's throw in some eighth notes. Now each of these equals 1 beat. So that's ta, 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 ta. 4 tas, quarter notes, 4 pulses. This is subdivided into 2, so you can get 8 individual eighth notes, or you can tie them together to make it look like 4. And this is tadi, 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 tadi. So if we have an even pulse going across these for each beat, follow my mouse. You just say the name when it's pointing at it. So it's ta, 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 tadi, 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 tadi. Do that with me just pointing, and I'm not going to say it. It's like Blue's Clues. Great. We don't have to rewrite the time signature. Writing 16th notes takes time. As you can see, my process of writing 16th notes is very procedural. And then again, lastly, the line. Remember 2 lines for 16th notes because they have 2 little flags and they're all holding hands. They're not crippled like the 8th notes. They only got 1 hand. Okay. So, when we see these, we say Takadimi. And we can point these as a beat each. They're all happening on 1 beat. So, Takadimi, 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 Takadimi. Your turn. Now let's do all these. So this would read ta, 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 tadi, 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 takadimi, 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 takadimi. See how the pulse stays steady and even. We aren't going ta, 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 di ta, di ta, di ta di, taka. Not doing that. Pulse stays even, so it goes. You gotta stay on the beat. And ta, 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 tadi, 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 takadimi, 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 takadimi. We can also mix these together in any 4. So as long as we have 4 to complete the measure, we are golden. Writing 16th notes of the process. So let's see if you can read it first. So we'll let you do it, and then I will tell you the answer. And or ta, tadi, takadimi, ta. So that's the mixed all together. And when you mix these differently, you get different rhythms. Next thing we're going to talk about today is I'm going to show you guys the hand clap system. This is the first instrument we're going to be playing today. Percussion is anything that you slap together that makes a sound. Is a percussion instrument. So, we have 3 basic ways we can clap. The first way we can clap is this bottom line on the staff. I'm not going to learn all the letter names yet. We're just going to go. This low line on the staff is our low clap. And the way we do that is we cup. If you're right-handed, you cup your right hand. If you're left-handed, you cup your left hand. So you cup the hand. And then you're going to hit the palm of your hand. You're going to cup this hand, and you're going to hit the palms of your hands together, and it should sound low like this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Should sound low. Everybody try that out. Low. The next one is the medium, and that's going to be right in the middle. And that is going to be your palm, and then your fingers on your striking hand are going to hit your palm. Medium sound. So this is low sound. Medium sound. Next one, if you can guess what you think it is our high sound. And the way we do our high sound is fingers to fingers. So to review those, we got low, cup to cup, medium, fingers to palm, and high, fingers to fingers. Now with this, you can create a couple of different beats or clapping structure. So if a common one would be your boots and cats, your doing beatboxing, it will be something like low, high, medium, high. So your hands are very versatile. Okay. But we're going to go into how to read this a little bit. So, if we got our... Let's see here. So, if... Let's start with just a medium clap. If we have 4/4, designating the bar, and we are going to have 4 quarter notes, like this. Remember, stems can go up or down. Make those note heads a little bit bigger. That would sound like, or in the medium, they hand 4 beats on the pulse. So if you're thinking dut, 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 you got. All right. Next one. We got 4 quarter notes. High, so fingers to fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got low, bottom line. And we practiced those, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Or ta, 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 ta. And finally, let's throw something tricky at you guys. We're going to go down here. Eighth note set. Medium. Low. So we have ta, 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 tadi ta, ta, when we read that. And we're going to say this is the end of our example. So I'm going to draw what is called a double bar line. If you see this at this, it means it's the end of a piece. It's kind of like the period in music. You know it's the end of a sentence, you know it's the end of a piece. So, now we're going to do that ta 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 tadi ta ta with claps. So we got medium first for our first measure, and it will go ta 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 ta. Do our second measure, ta 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 ta. We're going to do it on our fingertips though. So ta 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 ta. Next measure low. 4 beats. Ta 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 ta. It's ta 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 ta. And then explain this again. We got ta, tadi, ta, ta. But we got low, high, medium, low. So we go ta, tadi, ta, ta. Then we'll string that all together where it's at a steady pulse for the whole thing. So it sounds like this. Ta, 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 ta-dee, ta, ta. You guys will be doing a similar activity where you'll be composing these right here. You'll also be practicing. You'll be writing the counts into rhythms. So when you do that, the easiest way to do it is you're going to be see something similar to this. It's going to look much neater. And you're just going to write down the tas and toddies. So ta, 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 toddy, ta, ta. But remember that to maintain a steady rhythm is important. And to help you do that, you can go to Google here, type in metronome, and Google will get you a metronome. It starts at 100 beats. You can hear my headphones here. So those are your tas. So ta, 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 ta. If we're thinking toddies, it would be toddy, 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 toddy. If you're thinking takadimi, so it's takadimi, 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 takadimi. You can increase the speed here. And you can decrease the speed. BPM means beats per minute. So if you have it at 60 beats per minute, there's 60 beats in a minute. There's 60 seconds in a minute. That is exactly the same speed as a clock. All right. As I said, you're going to have an assignment. It's going to have all the clefs and stuff written for you already. All you're going to need to do is write the tas and toddies during your composition. Sample of it and make sure we are writing the tas and takadimis below these. Practice those. Also the instructions will be there, but send a video in of you performing these and show me a document of your composition. You'll be able to do it in Cami, or you'll be able to do it as just something written out on a piece of paper, take a picture, send it to me. Either one is perfectly fine for me. You guys have a great day, and please wear your mask outside.